Hi, this is Heidi from Garden Crossings, and today we're going to start planting up a porch planter. And the reason why I'm doing this already here this time of year is I want to create a sample so that you can see what we're going to be doing here at the planting parties at Garden Crossings this winter. So we would like to invite you to sign up for our planting parties. We're going to have just like open houses where you can come during a certain time to plant them up. Or if you want to gather your friends, your coworkers, church group, whatever, and plan a private party, we'll also have times and dates available for you to host a private party with your friends. So let's go ahead and get this assembled. I was out foraging today and I've got a lot of different colors and textures of evergreens and just naturals that we'll be putting into this 15-inch planter. We're going to have a lot of different planter options for you when you come the night of the party. There'll be a lot of different colors. There'll be black. There'll be this nice white birch looking. So you can choose the color pot that works best for your decor. Or if you want, you can bring your own planter in and plant it up into a planter you may already have. So that also is an option if you have something that you want to use for yourself. So I took some soil, got a little bit moist, that way it'll hold the branches pretty well. If you have a container that has old potting soil in it and you want to just stick your branches into there, that's a great thing because you don't need new soil for putting these porch pots together. So many choices here, so many textures. I think what I'm going to do though is start with kind of more of my thicker, denser type greens. So we'll go with this. This one here too, I wanted to point it out, when I was cutting it off of the tree, it's got this beautiful green on the front, but look at the back side, it's really beautiful silvery blue. So we could even, depending on how tall we want this planter to be, I could cut some of these little sprigs off and put them in backwards to give kind of a silver appearance. So we'll see what I end up doing, but that is a thought that also can be done. So I'm putting these in the back because these are like fuller, they're taller, just to give kind of a nice backdrop to this pot. So many choices. I have my clippers with me. This is a new one that I was given to trial. It's from the its brand is Sen Green, and they worked really good when I was out cutting off the trees. So now I'm just going to use it to cut little snippets off of what I have here. And who knows, I might have to go longer, but this is such a pretty evergreen. Kind of a blue tone, a little bit more airy, dense but airy. So those were really pretty when I was out digging around in a garden. Let's see, gotta find one that I want to use because I think I want to get one that's just a little bit taller in there as well. I have so many choices, but grabbing all the wrong ones, of course. You know what, here's one that's not quite as big. And maybe it is, but let's just see what this does by sticking it in over here. Because I don't want to totally hide this. I don't know, doing it from the back, it's kind of hard to tell, but we'll just keep sticking things in because we can always change it up if we want. So here is some white pine, just more that wispy, airy kind of look. So I'm just going to stick one of those in the middle. Texture, it's all about texture right now. All right. And let's see, what do we got over here? Oh, this. I think this is a hemlock, I'm not sure. What I liked about this and what my friend pointed out is it's got these little pine cones on it. So that's kind of fun. But this branch is way tall, so I'm gonna, these are so sharp. They do a great job. I'm gonna turn the pot a little bit. Adding some of that different texture in here. So even when like your branches might look kind of weird and wonky like this one kind of does, I'm just going to kind of shove it together, stick it in there. Still works as a good filler. I did go out in my backyard and cut some arborvitae, so this has just a little tip of yellow on it, and I'm going to cut it into littler pieces, I think. That way I can just poke just little splashes of yellow in. That one's a little taller, so I'm going to stick that one kind of in the middle a little bit more. guess I don't know. We'll see. I'll have to turn it around. This one feels like it might be too big to me, but once I get done, I might change things up. Let's see, what else? Of course, we've got the berries. So if you have winter berry in your garden, this is beautiful. So I was debating if I wanted to strip the leaves off it and just leave the berries, but I think I'm going to leave the leaves on for now. They might fall off as it gets cooler, but for now I'm going to just leave those on there because I kind of like just the texture it's adding in. And then I'm going to try to get one taller kind of in the middle of here as well. So when we're doing our porch pot parties, we're going to have certain elements that are included in the price, and then there'll be add-ons. So berries are going to be an add-on. If you want white birch, that will be an add-on. Hydrangea blooms, that will be an add-on. But we'll have the bow, the pine cones, red twig dogwood, the fillers. That's all going to be included in the parties. All right, I don't know. Some of these things just seem so tall, so I'm going to cut it down. There, that way it's just not so big. I don't know, this one I need to do something different here. This is not. Beauty is you can like keep arranging and rearranging, because I'm probably going to pull out a bunch of stuff by doing this. Yep. But I just feel like this one is just a little too tall for that space. So I'm going to cut a little off. And then I'm going to kind of bunch the branches so that they're going upright as I stick it in. There. Yeah, I think that's just a little bit better. Get the berries back in along with this white pine. Yeah, I think that looks a little bit better. It's just more proportional. So that looks good. Let's see, what else? I think that's all I'm going to use for this planter. I'm going to grab some red twig dogwood. So let me grab some of that a second. So we just went out in the landscape and grabbed the red twig dogwood. It's not dropped its leaves yet. So I'm going to go ahead and strip it of its leaves a second. It has beautiful fall color though, the foliage. So if you're looking for a great shrub for the landscape that has beautiful fall interest, but also great winter interest, look at that red twig. Well, we're going to pull the little stems off here. Kind of a twirly whirly one, but that's okay. And then this one here is going to be a nice tall one. I'm going to break off these little branches here because I could leave them, but it's harder to strip the plant with them on. So, and again, in the winter, you don't need to do this because the leaves will have fallen off. So I'm going to take my snips because I don't like how it's got all those extra little sprigs. And by scissors, I meant snips. There we go. Got that off. So, got the red twigs and stick them in there. I might actually go out and grab a few more. I like to do the twigs in odd numbers, so like 3s or 5s. But this one might be a little short. Yeah, I'm gonna go out and grab a longer one, so that way I've got 3 of the red twigs sticking up in the pot. But that just gives a little bit of height, and the red looks nice with the berries if you choose to do berries in your pot. And then we've got bows. We've got lots of different colors of bows that you can put on your planter if you want to. So I'm gonna just tie this on. Some people are bow people, some people aren't. It's totally up to you. Like obviously there's no right or wrong. And this one's kind of a little long, so I'm just going to kind of crinkle up the ends a little bit. And then also we have different colors of Christmas balls that you can choose to put in the planter if you want. So this is something that we'll have on a stick, and then you'll just stick the sticks wherever. But for now, I'm just going to set them here because I wasn't smart and put them on the sticks ahead of time. So I'm just going to kind of set them in there for now, just to kind of give you an idea. But this is a pretty good example of what a porch planter would look like if you're interested in signing up for one of our porch planter parties. So really beautiful, a great way to decorate your home for winter. I know if you're somebody that loves flowers, you have your containers and such out for all summer. It's always fun to add a little winter interest as well. And this is a very quick and easy way of doing it, and a great thing to do with friends. Hopefully you enjoyed this presentation. We invite you to sign up. We'll put a link below that you can sign up to our parties. And as always, this is Heidi from Garden Crossings.